Oh boy, I don't even have a circle drawer up here, do I? Circles. Ellipses, I guess, must be circles. Go ahead, use your little circle maker to draw 3 circles on your paper.
My compass is there.
You don't have a circle maker. Just a couple things, really more than just definitions. The perimeter of a circle. Is it really called the perimeter of a circle? The distance around a circle. This distance right there, we call that,
Circumference.
yes, the circumference. That is the distance around. The the little point that's in the middle of the circle is called the center, believe it or not. The line that goes from the center to the outside, that is called, Alex,
The radius.
a radius. And the plural of radius is
Radii.
is that how you spell
Radii. Yeah. Radii.
And the line that goes all the way through the center of the circle, Andrew, is the diameter. Which is all the way through. And I suppose we should write down here, what is the relationship of the radius and the diameter? If you know one, you know the other. Because the radius is what compared to the diameter? Here's your circle, here's your diameter. If your diameter is 10, if 10 is all the way through the circle, the radius, which is only halfway through the circle, Maggie, would be, so the relationship is the radius is what? Half of the diameter. Or another way to say that, flipping that around, the diameter is what of the radius? No, the diameter is not half the radius. Yeah, the diameter is twice the radius. And believe it or not, the diameter and the circumference are also related, whether you believe that or not. Let's say the diameter is 10. And I don't think this even comes up in this lesson, but you might as well know it because we're in the middle of it. Guess what the circumference would be? We'll just go as close to. The circumference is approximately what? Does anybody know? It's a very, very famous number, by the way, and I don't know who discovered it, but it's true. Andrew is taking a wild guess at the risk of being completely wrong. Sir, again? 100 is incorrect, and you are very wrong on that. Taylor, it is what?
Pi.
It is pi, so it is approximately I'm just going through roundabout. 3 times the diameter. In other words, if you know that the diameter is 10 inches, then the distance around whatever that 10-inch thing is going to be close to 30 inches. And it's good to know because if we're talking about the Earth, we know how far it is around the Earth. I'll draw my best Earth. Here's my best Earth. We can measure all the way around the Earth. The distance around the Earth is about 24,000 miles. If I know that the diameter, that the circumference is basically 3 times the diameter, you should be able to give me a pretty good guess as to if you were digging a hole, how far you could dig it before you got to the other side of the Earth.
Without dying or
Don't say anything about living or dying. If the circumference of the Earth is 24,000 miles, and that would mean if you started digging, how many miles would you have to dig before you got to the other side of the Earth? Going through the middle, of course. Knowing that there's basically 3 diameters, give you the circumference. Taking a shot. Kayleen says, unfortunately not. You're backwards. Let me go back to the screen before, this is the difference here. Before you knew the diameter and we found the circumference, this time we know the circumference and I want to know what the diameter is. There's no way the diameter could be longer than the circumference because then it would be all the way up there. So with that thought in mind, Caleb says, yeah, it's about approximately 8,000 miles through the Earth. Through some very warm temperatures, probably some water. There's a lot of water, by the way, underneath there. Lots of water. Matter of fact, when the flood happened on Earth, that's where most of the water came from. The great chasms of the deep. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it.